I told you all, machas, India can go quite far in 3x3 basketball. Maybe even as far as winning an Olympic gold medal. Right now, we are in the middle of the FIBA Asia Cup. India has made it to the quarterfinals. And two of the players on this team, Harsh Dagar and Kushal Singh, actually led India to second place in the U17 FIBA Asia Cup like 2-3 years ago, and then represented India in the U18 World Cup right after that. So I had high expectations, but they've exceeded even that. Yeah, I know the FIBA Asia Cup quarterfinals is quite far from an Olympic gold medal, but it's a big step in the correct direction. And honestly, you can't expect someone who was under 18 to really peak to the Olympic level in just 2-3 years, right? That's going to take more like 6 to 7 years. First, we beat South Korea. Then Macau, but that's okay, that I anyway expected the team to beat. After that, we beat Philippines. Next, we beat Chinese Taipei. And then if we had beat China, no, oh my god, I would have lost it. But yeah, we lost by 2 points. Still very impressive performance though. We used to get thrashed left and right by China. And what China? We used to get thrashed left and right by even teams like South Korea. So that begs the question, how come we have suddenly started playing so well? Machas, it all starts with selecting the right team. You need to select players who are good, and not just good at basketball in general, but good at 3x3 basketball. Luckily for us, as long as we have enough competitions at the local level, that will take care of itself, because in 3x3 it is not purely selectors selection, it is partly natural selection. This means the selectors are forced to choose from the top performers at the national tournaments. So no politics here, machas. Or maybe I should say less politics, because they still have like 50 options. And this time they have put together a bombastic team. Harsh Dagar, who can shoot lights out from the 3.
Man. Not miss that. Too strong. And that's a huge bucket.
Arvind Muthukrishnan, who can handle, play make, and who can make some crafty layups inside.
Giving him the business, no suit and tie necessary.
He's a baller.
A fake chin. Oh, he got his pocket picked. Watch your wallet. Oh, Muthu putting on a show right now.
Pranav Prince, who is a beast on defense. He has such long arms, he can block everyone at the 3-point line. And of course, Kushal Singh, who was another major part of leading the Indian team to second place in the U17 Asia Cup. Now, once we select the team, it is important that each and every player there understands one thing very clearly. 3x3 is not 5-on-5. The rules are slightly different, which makes strategy very different. For all of you who are not familiar with 3x3, let's go over the rule differences quickly. First of all, it's played on a half court with only 3 players instead of 5. And on the bench you have 1 sub instead of 7 like in 5-on-5. And you're not allowed a coach either. So players have to make substitutions on their own, they have to call timeouts and set plays on their own.
But you know who gave him the information, right? Because he was thinking about shooting, and Dagar said, drive him. You could tell he's on the sideline, guiding his teammates, even when he's not scoring.
3x3 has only 1 quarter of 10 minutes, or I shouldn't say 1 quarter, I guess 1 game of 10 minutes. And it can become even shorter, because if a team gets to 21, they automatically win. A shot from outside the 3-point line is 2 points, and a shot from inside is 1 point. The shot clock is only 12 seconds instead of 24 seconds. And after a made shot, you don't take the ball out again, you just continue, it is live ball. And the most interesting part of them all is foul trouble. Once a team does 7 fouls, the opponent gets 2 free throws for every foul they do. And if they do 10 fouls, the opponent gets 2 free throws and possession. Although 10 fouls is very, very rare. Because with all these foul rules, if the ref actually calls every single foul, then the defense will just start allowing open layups. And the offense, even if they have an easy layup, they're going to try foul baiting, and that's going to be a very, very ugly game. So in 3x3, many times the ref barely calls any fouls. Now if the rules of the game are so different, the strategy also must be different, right? Teams that understand this will go far in 3x3, and teams that don't will keep losing. So the first most obvious thing is less players, so there's more space on the court. More space means it's easier to set up an ISO. And it's harder to guard an ISO. Because the moment you come on help defense, it's an easy pass and a wide open shot. And space doesn't just mean it's easier to ISO. It's also easier to create a team advantage. Like if a defender just steps one step this side or that side on a screen or a handoff, it's game over. They can't recover because there's no help defense to slow the offense down. And you don't even need a screen or a handoff. Sometimes just a give and go is enough, especially when you're clearing the area. If they throw it out and back quickly.
Sing! Oh! Cha-ching!
That is if the players understand 3x3 and know how to space the floor properly.
Oh, Dagar.
Dagar.
Oh, Dagar.
Got him on his heels.
Oh, Dagar.
Oh, Dagar is going to work.
The second thing is this game is slightly more physical. Because we talked about foul trouble and how you get 2 free throws and why the refs don't like calling fouls. So throwing it into the post is not a great idea. Try to get the big man free of a screen or of a handoff so that they can get to the rim with some momentum, and then give them the ball so that even if a defender tries to foul, they either can't foul on time, can't foul in the right place, or even if they do foul properly, this momentum is going to give you the strength to finish. So in general, you want to look for the easiest shot. Like if you can get an open under basket shot, take that.
That one's stolen away. Prince delivers to Sing. Game blouses. And let's just watch him go to work.
The second best is an open three-pointer. Because it's not just about the refs and not calling fouls. You also don't have a full bench of 7 players to sub whoever you want whenever they are tired. You have only one sub. So you can't afford to get tired. Also, in 5-on-5, you're going to probably play one game over 2 or 3 days. In 3x3, in the same 2-3 days, you're going to be playing 5 to 6 games. At the pro level, that is. At a lower level, it's even more. It's like 5 to 6 games in one day. You see, 3-on-3 is a game of speed. And by speed, I don't mean how fast you can run. Heck, you can't even get to your full running speed in such a small space. By speed, I mean how fast you can think, how fast you can pass the ball. So you need to be thinking of what you're going to do before you even get the ball. That is like, let's say the opponent is going for a shot, you should already be out at the three-pointer looking for space.
If they build a big lead on you, it doesn't matter if they're not playing 3x
And you can't slowly be dribbling the ball out.
3-point lead for India.
It's not a good shot at all.
You should first be looking for a free man on the 3. If that is not there, okay, then dribble it out, but set something off ball.
Dagar, jab step. Oh my goodness, he left it like a bad relationship.
Because you see, there is only a 12-second shot clock, only a 10-minute game. You have to be as fast as possible. And it's always great to get to 21 because in these competitions, to rank the teams, they look at the number of points scored. So all this makes for a game which is very fast. which works very well for a country like India because while we might not be the fastest runners on the planet, I think Indians are some of the fastest thinkers on the planet. No one beats us in Jugad, okay, machas? Life in India itself is like a 3x3 basketball game, full of chaos. And see how Arvind Buntu Krishnan is getting to the rim here, just like a Swiggy boy in peak Bangalore traffic. And through this super fast paced 10-minute game, the most difficult part is to focus on the game every single moment. Because unlike in 5-on-5 where after every basket you take the ball out and you get a small mental break, in 3-on-3 you don't have that, it's live ball. You take a break for 1 second, quickly it's a pass to the 3 and open shot. And that too here, a 3-pointer is that much more deadly because it's worth double that of a layup. And thinking fast doesn't stop with deciding where to pass a ball. When things are not going your way, how quickly can you think and make the changes? This is something India did extremely well in the game against Chinese Taipei.
He's got a shooter up top, Prince. And Stroke is not stroking. He is.
So far in this tournament, India has been on fire from the 3, especially Harsh Dagar. But against Chinese Taipei, suddenly we all went ice cold. Even Harsh Dagar couldn't hit a single 3. But how can we improvise from there, change strategy and still win the game?
Is not a good idea.
Singh gives it up, Muthu on the drive. He'll reroute, Frosty, left to right, don't doing that dirty.
India did an excellent job on
Looked
defense
like the play
and
was
hustled
completely
like
ruined.
crazy to
Dagar
make up
with
for the lack
hustle,
of shooting.
The bullet pass straight down the middle, and Prince.
Great
That
hands.
was stolen away. Prince delivers to Singh. Game blouses.
And then again in China. China was big, strong, physical. India got to the foul limit of 7 fouls in I think 3-4 minutes into the game. That's obviously not a great situation to be in, but how do you improvise and move on from there? Which again, India did a great job of moving the ball quickly, finding open shots, creating the ISO for Arvind Muthu Krishnan, who's much smaller, quicker, can slip by the bigger Chinese
You
players.
see what he does with it. He's a specialist with the rock like an archaeologist. They got options. They can pass that thing like Stockton.
So after a not so great start, we were actually up 4 points. But then again, China themselves are quite a good team. They're not ranked second in the world for nothing. They hit some tough threes. And this deep 3 over a solid contest to win the game 21-19. That would be heartbreaking. But not so much because I think even being 19-21 with China is exceeding all expectations. I mean, yes, in the finals of the U17 Asia Cup, India did lose only by 4 points to Japan. The score was 17-21. But then again, this is men's. At least I didn't expect Dagar and Kushal to step up from U18 to men's that quickly. I thought it would take like 3-4 more years. And last but certainly not the least, since the game is only 10 minutes long, anyone can beat anyone. And this gives me a lot of hope as a fan of Indian basketball,